Okay. So, like that never happened. Just, Men in Black, little laser device. So we're going to restart this in 3, 2, 1. Real time now. Hey, so welcome to Wii Sports Resort All Sports. My name's Commander. I'm going to be silent here because this is the hardest part of the run. That's okay. We landed on the island. So what Wii Sports Resort All Sports is completing all of the events. There's 12 sports in Wii Sports Resort. Completing all 12 of them as fast as possible. There are some limitations. You're gonna see me do frisbee golf instead of like frisbee dog, but that's just the rules that were provided for us back in 2015 when this was starting to be a thing. So you're gonna see we're playing tree strats first off. We're playing on classic B3 hole, and this is technically harder than going on any of the other stuff, but it's also faster. Okay, yeah, that's going to make it in. That's clean. Good birdie. And we'll take faster at this point. Some things that you need to keep in mind here. We're watching wind, especially on this hole, quite a bit, because wind can really screw up the... Wind affects frisbee golf more than regular golf. And if you're this far back, I've never been this far back before, I'm going to go for some ultra safe strats, because last marathon I did this I actually got stuck into an infinite give up loop on this hole. No lie. Okay, looks like we're going to get out, and once we're done we can easily get out and move on to some golf, what I may or may not have attempted to start with. So we're also going to do Classic B again. Technically for golf, Classic C is faster. But that's if you're really, really good, and I'm not really, really good this early in the morning. So we're going to line it up. I do need to make a quick shout out to a guy named Ten Dog, who's a Californian resident, who really broke down Wii Sports Resort Golf and made it to what it is now. And then we also, I need to thank Darbian, surprisingly. Not a whole lot of people went for Wii Sports Resort 18-hole records because the record was so good, and then Darbian went for it and broke the record and brought so many new people into Wii Sports Resort. He even ran Wii Sports Resort at the last Southern Summer Conference duper, which was really cool. So yeah, when Darbian runs your game, it makes people hyped. Lesson for all y'all. Okay, now we're going to move on to this last hole, which is going to be a little more weird than normal as long as the wind works, and the wind works pretty well. So you notice I curved it really far, and we're going to plop it into the river, and that's on purpose. That's because it's faster to OB or hit bunkers and continue going than letting it roll, which makes sense. Did we get it in? We barely missed it. That's okay. And we missed it again. Fantastic. We're out. We're moving on to the next one, which is table tennis. Table tennis has some pretty interesting issues. See you, Pods. Thanks for stopping by. So this is Cole. Say hi to Cole, because you're not going to see Cole for hopefully too long. As you notice there, I just did a lot of backspin on this shot, and oh, that was early. That might have almost worked, but Cole likes to play with people. There we go. He gets lonely, and I understand, man. He's been beat so many times. He just wants to have a friend. So we'll play with Cole a little bit, I guess. You know, reasonably you're not supposed to play with Cole this much. Maybe we can whack him in the face. Or do that. But, you know, early morning. Be nice. There we go.
4-0. For the win.
That's how you want to do Cole. So now we're going to move on to some basketball. Nunchucks there. I'm about ready to get into some nunchuck sports. So with basketball, there's this thing called bell skip. You actually need to make some of these first shots. At minimum 6, I think.
It's in.
I'm just going to make as much till there, and then we're just going to start checking them. There is actually faster basketball strats. We've just not been able to figure them out. Okay, we're going to end with 10. I'm going to move on to swordplay. So, swordplay has some pretty cool properties. A lot of people face off against Ryan, who is the very first person you face, and you can swing your sword side to side and knock him out easily. A lot of us top runners have went to Fumiko, because Fumiko does a similar deal, except she's up and down. And technically, if you want to get like really like pixel frame technical, hitting someone off going up and down, like with that, is technically faster. Now we're going to move on to some bowling, a staple in the Wii Sports genre. And I'm going to show you how to bowl really well, even this early in the morning. One pin, that's a pretty good start. So what you'll notice I'm doing is a setup to where I can curve the ball, and it curves back. Oh, swing back for the fans. I can tell that the Wii remote is not calibrated right now because it's doing that so much, which sucks, but you know, what can you do about it? I'm gonna actually have to back up. There we go. Life happens. There we go. This might work. There we go. That's how it's supposed to work. But, hey, early in the morning crap happens. I understand. I'm not going to be able to curve that much over. Technically, I just whacked my phone. It's all good. Technically, it is faster to be throwing it just straight out and hoping that you can hit strikes every time, but it's not very practical. And having more strikes with a setup is better than not. And we can gutter it and continue going. On to some canoeing. Phone's fine. It looks like an alarm's going off, but that's okay. So now we're going to canoeing. Normally when I submit this, I submit it as an incentive to do quack %, which is collecting 10 ducks in a pond. And all of them were in the Cold, well, 8 out of the 10 of them were in the Cold War, so you get a history lesson. It's a good thing I'm not doing that right now. Into some archery. So I know a lot of people love archery, and I'm gonna try my best to have archery work really well. Okay? Oh, there we go. Oh, that sucked. So I'm really bad right now. If you can't tell, this is actually how you're supposed to play archery fast. But shout out, by the way, to Jimmy. He did a ROM hack of Wii Sport Resort, and every time you do this, it literally says "Rip all sports run." Okay, now into my favorite, and we're hopefully going to make up some time. Never mind, because I chose beach. So this is power cruising, and all you gotta do is just boost to the end. Normally we do cavern for this, because cavern's the fastest, but again, morning problems. So I'm just gonna be boosting here to the end. Pretty fast beach, to be honest. Yeah, hoops are optional. Cycling. I mean, it doesn't tell you you can't. Okay, I'm gonna do this right to the beach. We're already pretty far behind. So, I get to say this now. Technically, I hold the world record for 6-stage cycling at this point. So, you're going to get to see some optimal strats here. So, if you ever wanted to cycle properly, this is how. And you're also going to meet my girlfriend. So, cut that corner. You're going to want to draft quite a bit. This is, in my opinion, the most technically demanding sport because there's so much that can go wrong and there's a lot you have to be watching and hoping for the best. Because you can see that guy just died because he ran out of stamina, and a lot of people are running out of stamina here. Oh, such as I. Because so many people were running out, that's going to slow us down. We might be able to make up for it. I got a really nice boost there. There's my girlfriend. Lucia. If you draft behind her, or if I draft behind her, I guess, I get a bigger boost. That's just the power of love. See, we're sharing the top 2 spots now. And here we go around this corner. Don't want to Run out of breath again. Maybe she'll pop back up. There we go, and we can quit right out. Moving on to some wakeboarding. The run's almost over. We have this auto scroller, and this is technically an auto scroller. And then we have to fall to our death. Or we're jumping off the battle bus, as Jimmy likes to say. So we're going to do some King J skip, which involves doing that. So what King J skip is if you don't actually attempt wakeboarding, the game's going to be like, hey, you're bad, and not let you, or give you a tutorial how to wakeboard, and that loses time. So now we get to sit here for like a minute and a half. And I'm going to say, if you want to run this game, if you're like, hey, I think this is a game I can run, there's actually quite a bit of runners. And, or any of the Wii series games. We have a Discord. If you go to the speedruns.com page, it's there on all of the Wii series games, I believe. Besides maybe like Wii Party U and Wii Fit U. And you can join in the community. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty easy to pick up, to be fair. I mean, there's not like frame perfect tricks or anything. But, you know, you can get a good time, and it shows off a lot of pretty cool tech outside of wakeboarding. But yeah. It's my favorite game to run at marathons. I wish that Cole cooperated a little better, but I understand Cole's like troubles. We need to have a marathon one of these days just to help Cole. He probably has like horrible PR, to be fair. He loses almost every game he's in. And now we're going to jump off the battle bus to end the run. Which seems counterintuitive, but trust me. It's time to jump off the battle bus. Time will be coming up at the end of this when the picture is taken. Just by the way, for those. I'm going to grab a friend and we're going to fall, because you always want a friend out in the field. Good morning, good morning, Chief, Arbiter Chief. You're at the end of Wii Sports Resort All Sports. Up to the formation.
Okay, everyone, form up.
And time will be when this picture's taken. Time. I got it at a 1910. I don't know how the stream got it, but that was Wii Sports Resort All Sports. Really early in the morning. They got it in 1909. Wow. That We'll take that. I'll take either way. It wasn't that bad for this early in the morning. So, thanks for having me. GG indeed. And enjoy the rest of the marathon. My name's Commander, and I'll catch you guys later.